Creativity and nature have been everything to me. My whole life really, but especially since having to face deeper challenges than I could have ever imagined possible. I think creativity was a way to imagine a better life for myself, to pull me out of the depth of my suffering and into something better. And nature was sort of the reflection that showed me it was possible. It was already this creative genius that's always present, always there, showing us that we can grow through anything. Yeah. And that when we remember that we are that we are creativity, that we are nature, we become unstoppable. Not in this stubbornly destructive way, but in an honest, inevitable way. So, what have I been through? For me, it all starts with having lived a life that I thought was for me, but then awakening out of that and realizing that I've been trapped in an idea of something that made sense. But when I began feeling myself from the inside and speaking my truth out loud from that space, I realized that there was a huge conflict and a huge contrast to the life I was actually living. I also had a brutal reflection in the physical form through a brain tumor. It was sort of this dark mirror of the life I'd chosen for myself that needed to change. The space within me that needed to be reclaimed as part of me and not a space for the world around me to tell me who I am and what to do with my life. So what I have been through is a very, very hard lesson of beginning to recover my truth, beginning to recover the true narrative of my soul, of my body, of my life, and in doing so reconnecting to spirit through creativity, through nature. Nature doesn't come with its opinions. It's just a welcoming wisdom that permeates all of nature and speaks through tiny little buds, flowers, and insects, and you can receive it in your own pace and feel infinite through all these little details. And similarly, nature became this reflection of resilience. Like if you've ever seen a flower growing through pavement, you can really appreciate the strength and the force behind that unfurling that it doesn't give up easily. And there's something so poetic and beautiful about that, and I find art and nature to be just the same thing, really. It became increasingly important for me to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, which has always been a test for me. But it became so clear that in this case, nature is probably my only and biggest healer. Words for me have always been a romantic endeavor. I think writing has been my mistress, the thing that I turn to process my own existence. Art in general, but words have a special place in my heart. This book pretty much helped me survive what I refer to as the darkest time of my life, simply by being a commitment that I made to myself. By collecting all these poems and looking at all these little images of things I've gone through and things I've felt, I've remembered myself, and in making the commitment to share myself with the world through an actual book, I had something to live for. And part of the motivation was to inspire others, because the knowing that I share this human condition and the suffering with all beings both freed me up from my personal agony and made it meaningful in the sense that perhaps, possibly one day, this can also serve someone else.